Networks.
We are live and direct. It's the Universal House Arrest podcast, otherwise known as EC Radio. We're live on all Disruption Network social media platforms, or you can watch us at disruptionnetwork.net at your own leisure. Before we get into anything, much love to my sponsors. That man, Eddie Alsheimer, is a great individual, and he has a fantastic moving company called EJA Moving Company. When you're ready to move and relocate, when you're ready to move your studio, your office, or your gym equipment, or your grandmother, or your cousin Mirtha, let Eddie move your cousin Mirtha today. Hit him up at ejamoving.com. Also, much love to Utica Coffee, my good friends over at Saranac Brewery, and Dave Longaretta, attorney extraordinaire. If you need legal help, call him today at 315-735-6162. Also, shout out to everybody that's been hitting up Disruption Network's virtual tip jar on Venmo and PayPal. Thank you so much to everybody who's been really supportive and generous. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it. If you'd like to help out the D in any way you can hit us up on Venmo at XYTODA or on PayPal sales at disruptionnetwork.net. Tonight, starting at 7 o'clock, No Time for Nonsense, starring Bill and Ryan Vinci and their guest, local musician Tom Nitty. So check that out. Tom Nitty just won the singer-songwriters competition over at the Stanley. So they're going to celebrate live on No Time for Nonsense tonight at 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow, Leveling Up is going live. It's the first live Leveling Up podcast with Meg McGrogan in like 2 months. And she's going live with her, and she likes to refer to him as her lovely husband, Ryan. So they're going to be doing it. Maybe they'll get in a fight on Disruption Network. It'd be kind of cool, but we'll see what they're up to tomorrow at Leveling Up right around 4 o'clock. So today, I think it's Thursday, but it might be Wednesday, but it may be Sunday. I don't know. You guys like what I did there? Since we're in Corona, we don't know what day it is. And maybe Sunday is the band that's joining me today. You like how I did that? Perfect. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Perfect.
So we have Brian, Jimmy, and my old friend Dwayne on. Guys, I've been checking out the CD all morning, man. I'm really, really digging it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know you recorded it at Big Blue North with my good friend Jeff Adderman, and I know you guys all grew up with Jeff too. Talk about the experience recording with Adderman, because in my opinion, the guy's a freaking genius.
I really enjoyed recording with Jeff. Jeff and I, we have been in many bands together, actually. Whether they be just garage bands or just fooling around. And I found recording music with him was like an expanding experience, and it came out a lot better than I could have ever imagined.
Right. You guys agree with him?
Yeah, it was totally fun. It was Jim and I think both of our first experience doing anything like that. And Jeff was totally cool in a ball busting kind of way. To make us feel comfortable and pretend like we knew what we were doing. And yeah, man, he did such a good job. It came out amazing, way better. And Pam's awesome too. It was so much fun. They're so cool. And it was honestly one of the greatest experiences I've ever done. We can't wait to do some more stuff there.
I would agree with Brian. Jeff and Pam were fantastic. They made us all feel comfortable. And they were so professional, but at the same time, just funny as hell, and great experience. And I love the fart horn.
Yeah, it was probably the best part.
I spent hours with that. Yeah. It's like more entertainment than a rubber band, you know. So
that's what I love working about with Jeff. Oh, there it goes. God, no. Let's take the call. Dwayne is at work, and we're gonna grade his customer service skills right now. Go ahead.
Someone else picked it up.
Damn it. Anyway, back to Big Blue North, man. Working with Jeff, it's a pleasure because he gets involved and he cares about the project. And I'll tell you, one night when I was recording the Street Rock Mafia album in there, the dude made me cry. And like I had to go home, and like I went through this whole self-loathing thing and had to come back, and everything was good, and we got the track down and stuff, but like he has to play like a psychiatrist. Did he have to play any psychiatry roles on you guys at all during the recording process?
Absolutely, man. The whole process was amazing. I mean, we could talk for hours about that, but we basically laid down the scratch track, and then it came down. I was the first one to go with the drum tracks, and it was probably 11 o'clock at night. And he kept on. And I was out in the church area there, and he kept on clicking in. It's like, are you tired? And I'm like, no. Do you think so? He's like, okay, let's try it again. So I lay something down and he'd go, are you sure you're not tired? So I mean, he's breaking my. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. So,
He's good. He's cool though. He knows how to get what he wants, and he's got the best ear of anybody, obviously.
Indeed.
So I mean, I listened to what he said, and I tried to be a good boy. I think the nicest thing he said to us was after we got something kind of done, we played it back in the control room. He looked at us all and he says, "I can't believe this is you assholes." So I thought that was like a good stamp of approval from from Jeff. It was funny. It's just how his demeanor was. It was really fun.
Right on. So how long's Maybe Sunday been a thing? How long have you guys been together?
That's a tricky question right there because we originally started playing. It was just, it was a totally different lineup. We started playing without the name, and we went through several different versions of the band. And I think we've been playing under the name Maybe Sunday for how long, Jim?
Say 2.5 years now, I think.
Yeah, about
Really?
2.5 years. But before that, we were several other bands like the Mike Coley Five, Earth, Fat Dick Jimmy. These were all names that we went under for a while.
And you didn't stick with Fat Dick Jimmy?
It was close. It was a toss-up.
Or the Mike Coley Five. I mean,
Right?
come
That's
on.
a great name, isn't it? Yeah.
When we play covers, when we do covers, we'll go.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea.
It kind of goes, though. The name is appropriate for the current state of affairs that we're into now, because who the hell knows what day it is right now? It may be Sunday. I don't know.
I still don't know what day it is. And
Yeah.
it makes it difficult.
That's how we kind of came up with the name, sorta, is like, when are we ever going to be practice again? I don't know, maybe Sunday. And it came up always as when we would be able to practice. So that kind of corny, but that's what happened. We thought it was fun.
That was the
Nice.
phrase we most.
And
Maybe.
today I'd like to refer to it as Blur's Day. Today's Blur's Day. So,
right.
Blur's Day.
so happy Blur's Day to everybody.
It's
So
a
the
beautiful
album just-
Blur's Day.
It is. It's gorgeous out. And after we're done, I encourage all of you guys to get outside, especially you, Jim. Get out of that cellar that you're in. It looks like damp and sweaty in there.
I'm going to go work on my tan.
He's not allowed.
So the album just came out. How long ago?
1st of May?
Recently, right? 1st of May?
April 29th, 1st of May, something like that, somewhere in there.
You're doing that day thing. We don't know what day it is.
Yeah, I think officially April 29th. And then it was out. We had the physical CD the 29th of April. Then it was out on all the streaming and downloading places on the 1st, which was all that. Everything that we did was held up by COVID. We were supposed to have a big blowout album release or CD release at Copper City on the 25th, and then all this happened. So it is what it is. We'll get there and do it eventually.
They made a delicious beer for us.
They sure did.
Yes, it's a delicious summer drinking beer. Like out on the deck or the porch, goes down smooth. It's hydrating and intoxicating.
Yes, all of those things. I can confirm.
It's called the Little Orange Pilsner.
Yeah, you're a great pitch man, Dwayne.
Oh, sure.
He's the best.
He is the best. So, speaking of COVID and all the crap that we're going through right now, do you guys plan on doing any sort of live streaming, or have you done any live streaming since this? Have we been quarantined?
We haven't. We want to. We got to figure out how to do it, because I think the way to do it, like all the other bands, are kind of like recording their own parts and putting it together, then sending it to someone and editing it. We just got to get off our butts and do that. Or we could just do, like, I don't know, Bruce and I do an acoustic thing, or like Bruce and Dwayne and I, or like a few of us or something can maybe do something. But yeah, that's something we want to do. There's so much of that out there, and some of it's great and some of it is not, right? So we don't want to fall into that latter category. So we want to do it correctly if and when we get to do that. But yeah, we want to play. We just want to play, you know.
Yeah. I'm with I just want to play with loud drums and stuff like that, you know. I'd like to have a crowd. I'd like to have lots of alcoholic beverages while I do it, screaming people, clapping, but hopefully that happens soon.
How'd you guys get Dwayne out of retirement?
Called him on the phone. Called him up. He was all for it.
He was all for it? There was no arm twisting or any of that?
Well, they lured me. They said they'd give me like 3 acres and a mule, and I was all for it. I still haven't gotten my 3 acres, and that mule eats everything.
The damn musicians. They can't afford it. That's why.
Fact. Waiting for that Spotify money.
Right, yeah. Hey, Brian, don't hold your breath, pal.
No? Okay.
Don't hold your breath for sure. So do you guys, speaking of Spotify and your music too, do you guys plan on putting a visual aspect to any of it? Do you plan on making a video or any of that?
Yep.
Yeah, actually the video is already in the works, but they have that whole pandemic thing with like the band together footage. We don't have it yet.
Yeah, we're doing individual pieces, and we don't know if we want to be clever with it. We want to be funny with it, so I think it'll just come out the way it comes out. And if it sucks, you won't see it.
Yeah. Well, like Brian said too, like some of it's really good and some of it's really bad. And you kind of have to give them a pass for the ones that are bad because of the current situation that we're in right now. And not everybody has the best technology and the best phones. And
right. It's easy to do for other people, but I mean, if it's your face, it's tough to, once it's out there, it's out there. So we want to do it. We want to do it. We want to do it right. We want to make it good, and we will. I think we'll be playing soon. I feel it, even if it's in Jim's backyard.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Party at Jim's.
Ah, that's right.
We talked about going into Isaac French's backyard.
Right.
They've got a nice backdrop over there, nice big yard.
Party at Isaac's.
Random person's back.
Isaac's like, huh?
Yeah, Isaac, we just invited ourselves to your house, pal.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen a lot, though, this summer is you're going to see more backyard parties and bands just setting up wherever the hell they want. And just because of the fact that everybody's dying to play.
Right.
Yeah. It's been an interesting time for art, though, in the same vein, because all this free time that the artists have, not having to punch a clock and everything, I'm also seeing a lot of incredible work from the arts. And that's kind of a beautiful benefit of this pandemic.
Yeah.
True story.
What are some things you'd like to see stick around after COVID is all done or after lockdown's over? Some things you'd like to see stick around?
I would like to see people just being more in touch with each other. I think one of the side effects of this, not only in the arts, is that people have a legitimate yearning to be in contact with other people. Whereas before it was one of those things, I'll call you back or, whatever. But people have this genuine feeling that they want to connect with each other. And I think that should continue after this.
I like that. And you see, I like we like family walks, walking the dog and stuff like that. It's something we do way more. That's something we should be doing anyway. But other than that,
I've done absolutely nothing.
Jimmy wants to party.
Well, no, I'm glad to be back to work. I'm back to work this week for the first time in over 2 months, and I'm so happy. I'm afraid to retire someday. I mean, it was ridiculous. Just staying up too late, sleeping too late, drinking too much. Just ridiculous.
Hey, Jimmy, what was the vibe at work like since you guys are all back? Was everybody pretty much genuinely happy to see each other?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're doing everything remotely right now. So I'm in sales, so I really can't.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't really go out and see my customers yet. And they added parts of New England to my territory. So I've got a busy schedule up ahead, but I love it. It's going to be great. So, but everybody was pumped to be back to work, So it's all good.
Yeah. One of the things that I'd like to see stick around after this is all done is the live streamings that have been going on. There's like a festival on Facebook every freaking night. And it just goes to show all the display of the talent that we have here in Central New York. Who are some of the bands and some of the artists you guys are out there supporting?
Well, there's Isaac. We love
Isaac, of course, right?
Yeah, he's Jimmy's neighbor. We like him a lot. We've kind of selfishly, I think we've all started to listen to more like the local radio shows that are out, and I just heard a tune from and here's an old name for you, Jamie Noter Thomas on one of the local shows, and I'm like, geez, I forgot what a great talent he was because I heard him so long, and he had some songs out. We like him. It's kind of funny. We're the rock band among the. There's a lot of acoustic bands out there, it seems, right now, and we're kind of different, I think, in a lot of those other local bands. So, I mean, I think it's fun that we can. What are you doing, Green? It's kind of fun that we can be a different and serve kind of a different kind of niche or whatever.
Well, too. I mean, like what's going on out there, we don't necessarily sound like them, but we love them. You know, I mean, I'm a big Annie fan.
Right.
Yeah.
So fun to see, and you know, that the thing about our band is we've got so many different influences. Somebody might see us, but they might not know that, you know, we've seen the Dead collectively, you know, 100 times, or we go see the Cure or the Church or the Stones or the Who, or, you know, they don't really, you know, because they hear the sound that we make, and it's just not what they typically are hearing right now. So, but so many great musicians out there. It's so much fun.
Yes,
no doubt.
Indeed. How about you, Dwayne?
I also believe that getting to talking about us again, that we're an unusual band because we are a local band that only plays originals. So when people come out to see us at first, you know, people may think that they want to hear their favorite songs, but the beautiful thing is that we are influenced by our area. We're influenced by everything that everyone here goes through, and our music is all about this area. So, you know, it's a little added benefit.
Absolutely, brother. You know, I keep forgetting to check down on some of the comments, and there's some people making some comments. Billy Carmen saying hello to everybody. Give a big ups to Billy Carmen.
Billy.
Speaking of amazing musicians, Billy's right there. Has been around for so many years, slapping that bass.
He's actually the bass player for Maybe Sunday because he plays bass for every band in the area.
What band is he not in?
Hey, Jim, Isaac wants to arm wrestle you, Jim.
Jim would let him win.
You know what? He'll never beat me again. You know,
he'll never beat him. So maybe if you do beat him, we can have a party in his backyard.
Well, that's a good idea.
You know, we arm wrestled. Of course, you know, I won the first time. He won the second time. And the fact of the matter is I'm left-handed. I mean, both times were right-handed. So, I mean, if he wants to go left-handed, I'll certainly kick his butt.
I can give him
there you go. All right. The challenge is on. I like it. Yeah. Hey, Dwayne, Billy wants to know if you got a P.
I got a Y and a Z.
Well, you definitely got a Z today.
Yeah.
Well, Dwayne's all over the place, which is typical. I watch it. I'm busy watching him as well.
Oh, man. Coley wants Jimmy and Isaac arm wrestling pay-per-view, and we should make that happen.
I like that. We could do like charity event.
It'd be like a charity event, and you put a bet on top of it. Like whoever loses has to throw the party that you guys play at.
Right?
Yes.
I have dad muscles, but I have no problem doing that or throwing a party. No worries. My neighbors may have a problem with it, and Mike Coley knows about that. Coley got shunned last week at my house. My neighbors.
Elena's saying hello to everybody.
Hi. Thank you for watching.
All right. So Cornish is saying, rumor has it Coley was the 1987 Hasselton Park thumb wrestling champion. Is this true? Do you guys have any acknowledgement on this?
I was there, and it's true.
It is.
You know, he had the belt, although it was a very tiny belt. It only fit around his thumb, and he might still have it.
I've seen it.
Growing up in Rome, there was a couple things you knew who to mess with and who not to, and Coley certainly was someone you didn't mess with, especially when it comes to thumb wrestling. No way.
Strongest thumbs in the city.
Yep.
Did you guys call him Porch Stick back in the day, or was that just a special nickname between him and Vincey?
I thought that was only a couple years back he became the Porch Stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's to Walking Dead. Everybody was watching Walking Dead back in the day, and there was a porch stick on the porch, and
oh, okay.
What happened? Mike's got.
I don't Walking Dead, so this is all new to me. So I learned something today. All right, now I know where the porch stick comes from. Lynn White wants to know, Jim, are you taking his shit? It does kind of look like it.
I got my body potty right
And he's also saying Isaac would win hands down. So I think we need to put like a betting line on you guys arm wrestling, and then we'll put the bet down too. We'll have money exchange on this side, and then also there'll be a friendly bet on the other side where you guys would play a party.
After this COVID, Isaac doesn't want me to put my weight into it because he'll never play guitar again. So
yeah, there should be like some kind of stipulation, like because you both have to play music. So make sure we're not liable for any bodily injury or any. We'll have to write up some sort of stipulation.
And it can't resort to fisticuffs at the end. We have to keep this gentlemanly arm wrestling match.
Oh man, maybe Sunday. So where can people check out your latest album,
Brian?
Yes, we're on all the things. We're on the Apple Music. We're on the iTunes. We're on the Spotify. We're on the Bandcamp. We're on the YouTubes.
What about TikTok? Are we on TikTok?
I think we do have a TikTok something or other.
What the hell?
I don't know. It's Bruce's deal. Also, if you buy 3 of these Little Orange Pills at Copper City, you get a CD that goes with us. We have physical CDs also. And this is a good way to actually support a band, is to buy a physical CD, because we actually get a little bit of something for that. So we're at maybesundayband.com, and you can buy those there. You can buy these at Bandcamp also. We're on Facebook and Instagram, but you can't listen to it as much there. So yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes.
And we have a fans only page too.
Do?
Well, it's on our website. Check out our website. Fun.
Yeah, maybesundayband.com is a good website that Jimmy set up with his beautiful wife, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the Dwayne nudes, you got the fans only page. So if you want to see nudes of Dwayne, you can go to fans only, and you can see the profile and the.
I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I'm in a like a kid-sized pool of chocolate pudding, so things get lost in there.
You might think you've seen them all, but you haven't.
Dwayne, I freaking love you, bro.
Dwayne's an Irish
man. It is amazing though. Like we do go way back. We've known each other. It's been well over 20 years, and we were texting back and forth the other day. And you're like, "Do you believe we've known each other for 20 years?" And I'm scratching my head. And it's like it's been a hell of a lot longer than 20 years. But sure, Dwayne, we'll run with the 20-year thing. But man, many drunken nights, if you will. And Stacy Waterman always wants me to tell you, what's up, my rigger?
Oh, the days of rigging.
The days of rigging, for sure.
The days of rigging.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, I got to cut this short today because I got a bunch of stuff I need to attend to. And life gets in the way of the podcast today, unfortunately. But let's get this back, and especially when the studio is open, maybe you guys could come and perform in the studio, play an acoustic set for us or something like that.
We could do that. We could do that.
Yes,
yeah, because we like to promote the original music, especially the local music as well too.
We appreciate it, man. There's a big ups to guys like you and guys like Coley who are so into promoting the local stuff. It's and honestly, I didn't know about it till I was part of it. So I mean, it's good that there's people out there, and I think maybe that's one of the good things, as we were saying earlier about the whole COVID thing, is people are starting to find out what great stuff there is right here in the greater Utica Rome area.
So true, man. The 315 is loaded with talent, and you can see it every night on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Every night you could see a festival or some sort of concert, who's live streaming, and a lot of these artists are doing quite well too, because they've cut out the middlemen, and there's no agent fees to pay, there's no managers, there's no travel expenses or whatnot. It's just them and an iPhone. So and I encourage everybody out there to support your local music and support these artists on Venmo, and support your local podcasts on Venmo too. There's a little plug. And support. That's what we need. I mean, especially during the current state of affairs, we all need to support local more now than ever.
Word.
I would agree.
Awesome. Dwayne, me and you need to do a one-on-one, brother, and
Yes,
dig
yes.
dig into
One of
the
these days,
archives.
I'll get out of work early and we can talk about space aliens or something I don't believe in.
What about the space aliens living at Griffiths Air Force Base?
Yeah, no.
No, okay. we'll follow up that conversation at a later date. Guys, maybe Sunday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Check those guys out on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming platforms where you listen to music. Much love to EJA Moving Services. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his squad, ejamoving.com. When you need your coffee fix, hit up my friends at Utica Coffee. They're doing some great stuff over there, a lot of different blends and flavors. And they've got fruit flavors, and they've got dessert flavors, and then they've got your in the teeth flavors too. So check them out, Utica Coffee, wakethehellup.com. Also, Saranac Brewery and Dave Longaretta, my good friend. He's been bailing me out of trouble since the 90s. He can get you out of trouble too. You call him today at 315-735-6162. Shout out to Todd in the studios for always holding it down. Todd, you kill it, man. I don't know what I'd do without you. Don't forget tonight, No Time for Nonsense with guest Time Nitty. And then tomorrow, Leveling Up, a live Leveling Up with Meg McGrogan and her husband, the lovely and talented Ryan McGrogan. It is Memorial Day weekend. So happy Memorial Day weekend. If that's a greeting, I don't even know if that's a greeting. Happy Memorial Day. I guess it is. But
I think it should be a holiday, and we should give each other chocolate American flags or something.
There you go. See, coming up with new traditions. I love it, brother. I love it. But everybody enjoy the weekend. Spend time with your family. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And thank you so much. And I'll see you next weekend. Peace.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.